there? How are you doing? I've got a present for you today. What is it that heals the body? And I bet it's something that you don't think. Healing has been hidden from your eyes. Whatever you were thinking and saying and doing at the time of the illness is an aspect of the illness. We are the creators of our experience. We are the creators of our reality. So before I delve into what it is that heals the body, I would just explain this a little bit more completely. I'm talking about, I say healing, I mean healing means so many things, and I think it means different things to different people. Healing is weight loss. For me, I lost 40 pounds over the last 5 years on a mostly raw food diet, a predominantly raw food diet. I lost 40 pounds. I lost a lot of pain. So healing can mean pain reduction. It can mean weight loss. It can mean reduce stress, emotional change, raise in energy, improve your sleep, improve your endurance, your strength, your vitality. All of these things are aspects of healing. If you want to do any of these things, if you're over 40, if you're over 50 and you want to change your life is not working out, any of these things, symptoms can occur in many different ways. Your life needs healing. This is a need for healing. This is a need for health, greater joy, greater happiness. How to be your best self. This is the thing. After 40, after 50, what do we need to do to come back to our best? Now, most of my that I work with are over 40 or 50 years of age. And I want to say that, when you've been eating the way that we eat in North America, in the world today, if you are eating that way for 20 or 30 or 40 years, it's likely, more than likely, that if you're having any kind of symptoms of unhappiness, of unhealthiness, if you're having any symptoms of unhealthiness, it's likely because of a toxicity in your body. And you'll be looking from doctor to doctor, from diagnosis to diagnosis for years before you come to realize that this is a toxicity that can manifest in many, many, many different ways, but it's all the same thing. It's all one thing. And once we understand the misunderstanding of health, then we can realize how to unlock our own joy, happiness, health, wellness, and joy. What was it? I said already that whatever you were engaging with at the time of the sickness or the disease, if you were eating these foods when you gained weight, if you were eating these foods when you got in pain, if you were eating these foods or engaging with these drinks or engaging with these substances or engaging with these people, whatever you were thinking, saying, and doing and eating and drinking, whatever you were fucking, shopping, the things you were doing, the things you were engaging with when the wheel fell off your wagon, when you got sick. Disease is emotional. It's an energetic thing. We need a new understanding of disease. We have to understand that disease is a vibration. It is a frequency. It is a reason. It is a cause. It is an effect. Disease is an effect. We are the cause. The things that we have been engaging with is the cause of the disease. Whatever the the healing I require, whether it's weight, whether it's emotional problem, pain, financial problem, relationship problems, addictions, whatever healing I need is a result of a cause. The cause was me. The cause was me, whatever I was engaged with when I got sick. Those are the things that are going to have to change. Those are the things that are going to have to come back into balance. So, we're talking about coming into best, so define, what is your best? And I want to tell you that your best is really a feeling. Our best is a feeling. Our very best is always a feeling. We are a feeling. I think it's really to understand that we are a feeling. We are a frequency. We are a vibration. And what frequency or vibration we're holding inside is the feeling that we have. So what is your best? Your very best is your very best feelings, your very best vibrations. That's your very best. Your very best health is your biggest joy, your greatest happiness. Your greatest health is your greatest joy, your greatest happiness, your greatest love. Your highest frequency, your highest vibration is your greatest feeling. Frequency and vibration. I think it's important to connect the dots between feeling and feeling and vibration. These are all the same things. High frequency emotions are joy and happiness and bliss and health. And these are our very best experience in life. And joy is on one side of the equation. One frequency is joy. The opposite pole, the opposite side is unhappiness. Sickness, illness, disease, unhappiness is on one side, one pole, and joy, happiness, bliss, health, wealth, everything of great value is on the other pole. These are on opposing poles. And we can affect our frequency or vibration, move from one to the other pole by thinking thoughts of higher frequency. So we can think of, okay, I hate this, or I can think, well, what don't I hate about it? Or what's not that bad about it? It's just a reframing of our thoughts to move our thoughts from hate to, well, it's not that bad. It's a part of my life, and I love my life. I'm grateful for my life, and it's a part of me. So I can see that, I like life, and it's a part of life. So it's just reframing in our mind to move something to something that's, I can live with it, and eventually even, it's okay, I like it. Change of frequency. It's a change of thought. It's engaging with it and looking at it in a different way. It's shifting our perspective. It's a change perspective that rises in frequency and vibration in our mind, that we accept it. We accept it. We accept the reality. This is a part of ourself in our life. So I accept it as a part of myself in my life. Right. Moving on here, I want to talk about another idea that I think is important to understand with natural health and natural healing. Is accepting kind of the nature of our reality. That nothing in our actually happens by accident. There are no accidents in our reality. Our reality happens through action and reaction, cause and effect. Nothing happens, but there is no luck power. Accepting the reality is like there is like one creative force. There's one force that creates all things. And so if it was something other than that force, that would be believing in something other than the truth, that there is one creative energy. So accepting that there is one creative energy, there is a cause, and then there's an effect. There's always some cause for everything that happens. There is no random. There is no luck. Everything happens as it should. There was a cause that made it happen. If there is an effect, if there's something has happened, there was a reason why it happened. It didn't happen by fluke. There is no fluke luck, right? Accepting the reality as it actually is. This is important aspect of healing. We have to see as they truly are. We have to see that it is the predominant thought that creates the reality. Whatever you were thinking when you got sick, it's taking responsibility and realizing I am the creator of my reality. If I want to change my health, if I want to change my wellness, if I want to change my financial situation or my relationship, I'm going to have to think differently about it. I'm going to have to act differently towards it. My thoughts are creating the reality that I have. So if I want to create a different reality, I'm going to have a different thought. I'm going to have to start thinking a new thought. I'm going to have to stop thinking an old one. It's always two. It's a stopping of the old and it's a starting of something new. In order to get a different outcome, I've got to do something differently. I got to start something new and stop something old. We're trying to create a high vibration lifestyle, a high frequency lifestyle. We're trying to create a lifestyle by design, a life that we love, a life by choice. In order for me to create a life that I love more, then I've got to contemplate love, joy, and happiness more. I've got to contemplate peace, liberty more often if I want to find more joy and peace and liberty in my life. If I want to find more health, I've got to contemplate health more often rather than contemplating the disease. If you're contemplating sickness, then you'll find sickness. If you're thinking of the illness, then you'll find the illness. Whatever you're thinking about in mind, you will create. So if you want to create high frequency, high energy, love and joy in your life, then you've got to spend more time thinking about that. If you've got pain in your body, you're holding a pain in your mind. There's something in your mind that you haven't come to accept. Something that you're still in denial of. So, to understand what makes us well, we have to understand what makes us sick. We're told germs make us sick. We're told we're made sick from something from the outside. Well, that's not true. The truth is that it's what's on the inside that makes us sick. It's what we're thinking, saying, and doing inside of ourselves that makes us sick. And I think people will say now, well, I saw somebody that was sick, and then the next day I got sick. Yes, and there is this. But I want you to still understand that you saw somebody that was sick, and you thought when you saw somebody that was sick that you were going to get sick. So as long as you put that thought in your mind that, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get sick, you're thinking about sickness. So as long as you think that because you're exposed to sickness that you will get sick, as long as you don't think that, then that won't happen to you. But if you think that you are exposed to an illness and that you could get sick, then that's the thought that allows the illness in. This is a thought reality. So the thoughts that we're holding in mind are holding us stuck. I mean, we're told sugars are bad, right? Basically, we're told all sugars are bad. We're lumped up everything into glucose and maltose and galactose and all of these sugars. Now, all of those sugars are made to be bad because they're linked with insulin. But we have to understand that not all sugars are created equal. All of them are created and linked to insulin except for fructose. This is low glycemic fruit sugar that does not require insulin, and that's the difference. We were told sugar is bad, and then so we thought that the sugars in fruit must be bad, lumping all sugars as the same. Glucose, lactose, maltose, fructose, sucrose, all of sucrose, sorry, not fructose, sucrose, all of those sugars, disaccharides, starches, all of them digest down to a glucose molecule that requires insulin to get into the cell. Yes, we understand that science. We've been taught that. We've been fed that science for 20 years. And because of that understanding of science, and that's the reality we've been taught, and that's the only reality, we assume that fructose is just like the rest of the sugars, and so fruit sugars must be bad, so we cut down on the fruits. And we move more vegetables and the starch because of the fiber. But you see, the fiber, even when I digest those foods with fiber that are glucose-based foods, when those are digested, they still need insulin to get into the cell. All vegetables need insulin to get into the cell. All vegetables need insulin to get into the cell. Fructose does not. That's the difference with fruit sugar. It's fructose. So understand this idea that sugars are bad, and that idea is blocking us from the truth that makes us well. Right? We are told to watch the bread carbs. Yes, this is a good thing. We do need to watch cooked and processed foods. Breads and carbs are cooked and processed foods. We need to reduce the cooked foods. Breads, carbs, meats, dairy. We aren't told to watch the meats and dairy. In fact, we're told to eat the meats and dairy. The dairy for the calcium, and we need the meat for the B12 and for the folic acid and for the proteins. We're told we need these cooked and processed foods for the essential fats. We're told we need them for the essential amino acids, but these things are illogical ideas. They do make sense. If you actually think about them logically, you'll come to realize that it doesn't make any sense. Like if you look at the structure of an amino acid, if you look at the structure of an amino acid, you'll see that it's made up of nitrogen and hydrogen and oxygen. I mean, we get hydrogen and oxygen from the air. We get nitrogen from that. If you actually look at the logic of what they're saying, you'll see that it doesn't actually make sense. Like, why do we need to have an essential amino acid if we can truthfully take nitrogen out of the air? We're breathing in nitrogen. Nitrogen is what's in an amino acid. Look at the molecular structure of amino acid. Look at the molecular structure of a protein. Use logic to see the fallacy of the story of what's making us sick. Incorrect information is making us sick. deficiencies of nutrients make us sick. Again, we're told just half truths. These are all half truths. Like the deficiency of iron makes us anemic. So we think we need to take more iron. But understand that a deficiency could be that the small intestine has become toxic with waste. And because it's sickly and covered, absorb more all the nutrients and fully and completely. So its absorption is what actually creates a deficiency. So it's actually just filled with too much bunk that needs to be released from the body so that you would no longer have a deficiency. You'd be able to absorb iron. But we're told to take more iron as the solution, not to remove the waste. We're always told to take something rather than to remove something. And it's an unlearning that we need. It's a removal of something that we actually need. True health is a removal of the obstruction, not a receiving of more. It's not getting more information that we need. It's actually to remove the incorrect information. The information that food gives us health and joyness, that's a broken idea. Food does not make us happy. Food makes us sick. The idea that we need to come to the sun, this is bad information. False information makes us sick. False information in mind creates false ideas in mind. False ideas create false reality. A false idea creates a false reality. We don't want false ideas. We're being taught that health is protein. If you look at this image here, let me give you a better view of this image. All of these images here are what we're told health is. Health is mask. Health protecting yourself from the others right now. Health is taking a vaccination, a chemical or drug into your body to be healthy. Use logic. It doesn't make sense. This is an image of what health is supposed to be, these big muscular bodies. These images of health that we're being given are brand new images of health. People have been healthy for more than the last 50 years. People have been healthier than we have been in the last 50 years. In fact, we're more sickly now than we've ever been. This is the most sick that I've ever been. But they're going to try to tell you that health is all of the things that we've been sold over the last 50 years. We've been sold this keto diet, sold this muscle body, this strength training body. We've sold all of these supplements and vitamins and pills that we need. We've been sold this germ idea, get all the germs out of your life. These are all the things we've been sold in the last 50, 700 years. And our health has degraded as we've taken on these broken ideas. Doctors make us well. Medications make us well. Foods, proteins, special foods that they tell us how to eat. We learn nutrition. They teach us from grade 2 what as we get to be older, we don't know what to eat. Like no other animal needs to be taught what to eat. Every animal knows what to eat naturally. If you leave a 2-year-old in a room with a bowl of strawberries or grapes and a bunny rabbit, which one will they eat? A chicken. The chicken, or are they going to eat the strawberries? The natural human knows. Every animal knows. Intruistically, internally. Every animal knows what to eat. If you leave a child with grapes and strawberries, they will eat the grapes and strawberries. It's natural. It's nature. Right? We're talking about restoring what's natural and what's natural and what's actually true in alignment with nature. That's what really heals the body. Nature heals the body. Right? The truth is that nature heals the body. Time heals the body. If you actually think about it, I know that at some point you must have broken an arm. At some point you must have cut yourself. You must have burned yourself. Right? You know what heals your body. Time. Rest. What heals your body? What always healed your body? How did your body heal, child? It's the same way it heals when you're an adult. Right? Stop doing the thing that made it sick. If you're shoveling and you get a blister on your hand or a cut on your hand, how do you make it get well? Well, first you stop shoveling. So you got to stop the thing that you were doing and give it rest and time. With time, all things heal. Right? Rest. Emptiness heals the body. Stillness of body heals it. If you break your arm and you put it into a cast and hold it still, the bone will reset itself. It will make itself well. It will come to wellness. Just the stillness of the bone. It's not the cast that makes it well, it's stillness. So bringing yourself to stillness, empty of body, empty out the digestion and make the digestive system still. Stillness of body, stillness of mind heals. Love heals. Love is natural. Love is the nature. Nature heals. Time heals naturally. Over time, all things heal naturally. It's just the loving nature. It's just the loving nature of our reality. We are loved and supported by the nature, accepting things as they are. Acceptance of the reality that we heal, accepting things as they are, forgiving ourselves, forgiving the other, forgiveness. Relationships heal. A hug, a loving thought about someone else, thinking love about someone else heals you and the other. Both are healed by loving thoughts. Relationships, hugging, human engagement, human interaction, accountability, love, sharing, friendship. Movement heals. Movement is natural. Everything moves, everything changes, everything grows. Growth, expansion is natural. It's healing. Stop thinking and talking about what's wrong. Stop thinking and talking about what's unnatural, and you will return to nature. Stop the unnatural thing, and you will come back into balance. You will return back to nature. Stop the pollution. Start the truth. Stop the pollution. Remove the pollution. Nature heals. Letting go of the fire, stopping the idea, releasing the corruption. Acceptance of the nature. I am the creator of the reality. Knowing, a knowledge of the truth, a knowledge of the true reality. Knowing that this is natural. So I'm not worried about what I'm being told any longer. I'm not worried about what I'm hearing any longer. I'm not worried by what's going on around any longer because I know the truth. Forgiving myself, forgiving the others, not hating the others for whatever they think or do. It's okay. They think, say, or do it. It's okay. Everything is supported by the sun. Everything is supported by the breath. The breath and the sun don't choose sides. Some people are engaging in that. Some people are engaging in that. The breath and the sun, they'll support it. So, like, just recognize, like, don't judge it. Let nature judge it. Nature deal with it. Nature will deal with it. It will be dealt with naturally. Don't you try to deal with it. Like, the experience heals. Time with the source, time with nature, time with the experience of life heals you, heals us. But you've got to go into the experience. The experience is the physical movement, the thoughts, the intentions, the imagination, the breath, the natural aspects of life. The natural aspects of life are healing. Just challenge yourself and your thought. Think for a second. Think out of the box. Come out of the mind. In the mind. What do you really have? Really do an assessment. What do we have? What have you been given? We've all been given life. What is life? It's energy. We've been given this life. We have light. We have abundant light. Right? This is the energy of our universe. It's a light energy. It's an energy. It's an electric energy. It's a magnetic energy. We have a magnetism in the earth. This is what we have. Unlimited magnetism in the earth. We have unlimited light. We have unlimited oxygen. This is our gift. These are our true gifts. Like, if you can't do an accurate assessment of reality, this is what we have. This is free energy. This is what it is. It's free energy. It's recognizing what we truly have, and then actually being grateful for what we have, rather than thinking about what we don't have. So recognize what you have. Come to the present. Come to here and now. Come to the moment. Come to now. Now is the only time that healing can happen, in the present. That's when anything happens, is only in the present. The breath brings you to the present. The breath is natural. Just come to that breath. Come to the present and focus on the gifts. I have this unlimited light. I have this unlimited oxygen. I have this unlimited nature. The sounds, the magnetism, the energy of the earth, the heartbeat of the earth, the electrical current, the current of the earth, the current of the light of the Father. Right? These are the things that we have. Come to these realities, get out in them, be with them, have a relationship with them, speak to them, be nice, give love and gratitude to them, think gratitude to them, meditate on that, put your feet on the mother, touch the earth, right? Be in that magnetism, be in that energy, be present with that, think about it, imagine it into your reality. Devotion to Mother Earth, devotion to the source. The real life limitations. People think that the limitation is money. People think that, I don't have enough money to do it. But truthfully, it doesn't really take any money. It's all given to us for free. The true healing, what truly heals us, is actually given to us for free. It's just outside in the nature. The light, the earth, the air, movement, the choice, the decision to do these things. This is all free. stuff we decide for ourselves. But we think it's money because we've been told that we got to pay these bills, we got to do that, we got to get this, we got to get that, we got to get more. And to some degree, money is a limit because we do have to have a house, we do have to have a home, we have to have a car. Yes, we have to have these things, but the way that we get these things is not by worrying about them. It's not by just thinking about those things only. That's how we get them. No, we get these things. We get money by actually believing that we are supported financially. We're told to get the money by going to work and doing, but it's not the doing that gets us the money, truthfully. That's not how we get money. Truthfully, we have to have a new relationship with money. We have to think and speak about money differently. We have to believe something different about money to get money. If you've never had money and you're learning how to get money, you have to learn how to be money, be the frequency and vibration of money, to believe that there's an internal switch within you. Time would be maybe a more realistic limitation. All we have is time. All we have is right. We can't get back time. Time passes. Before there was seconds and minutes and hours and days, there was still time. Before that, we broke it up into these different time and put it into Eastern and different time zones and changed it all over around the world. Before we set time up like this, time was just moments. And moments are just an out breath. It's recognizing the true time, not the time we've been sold. Not the money idea not the time idea we've been sold, not the food idea we've been sold, not the energy idea we've been sold, that our energy comes from glucose. That food gives us our energy, that we get our energy from food. We can get some of the energy from food. These are half-truths. We get our energy from our role, from our job, from our responsibilities. We get our energy from within. We've gotten a false reality in our mind about these things, about what's really going on with disease, with sickness, with the nation, with COVID-19. And the idea that we have to go of everything that we know, don't even worry about what you need to hold on to in your mind. Like, I don't believe that. Don't worry about what you don't believe. It's to focus on what you want. It's to get out. We know about money and time and food and energy and our roles and our responsibilities, and let go of these things and focus on what we want. Let go of the limited ideas. Let go of all of the ideas we have around these things and focus on what we want: joy, happiness, love, peace, liberty, courage, strength. Just think about what we want. Real life science, healing science. I'm going to try and see if I can simplify and make this as clear cut as I can in as few words as possible, because these are complicated ideas, but I want to simplify them. Let's first talk about this one here: aerobic respiration. Go back. Can I go back? What happened here? Aerobic respiration. See this image here. Aerobic respiration. Yes. This image here. This image here. You know, aerobic respiration is cellular energy. Is the body creating energy? Is the cells creating energy? Our body is made up of 100 trillion cells, 50 trillion cells, 30 trillion cells, many billion cells. All of those cells are creating ATP. Now, look at this image here. You see it's made, this happens in the mitochondria of the cell. The energy center of the cell is the mitochondria. This image here I took from Google. It says glucose is the energy fuel and it creates pyruvate. Now this should be fructose. I want to first say that. Like in the image, it should be fructose. And then this would change everything. But because we're told it's glucose, it goes through this cycle. Glucose, all sugars except for fructose go through this process to create oxygen. They require oxygen and they release carbon dioxide. They take in oxygen and they release carbon dioxide. Glucose, when it moves through this process, it provides ATP energy for the cell. This is how the cell gets energy, through the glucose. It does it through this process inside of the mitochondria that requires oxygen, releases carbon dioxide. So this is how the body gets energy from the food. Aerobic respiration, energy from food. So getting our energy from food, our body needs to breathe. So when we're breathing, we're just coming to the process of the body getting energy. The breath, acknowledging the conscious breath, coming into conscious awareness of the breath, is acknowledging what's going on at the cellular level. It's just being present. It's just being here and now in this moment. We need air. If we don't breathe in the next couple of minutes, we will no longer be. The breath is what is actually happening right here. I just want you to see that if you look at the Krebs cycle here, the Krebs cycle is what we call the citric acid cycle. The Krebs cycle is how the body creates ATP, and the limiting element in the creation of ATP is always hydrogen. It's always hydrogen, and hydrogen is in the water. When we drink more water, we get the hydrogen. Hydrogen is hydrogen, H2O. And water is H2O. Hydrogen is in the water. Drink more water and breathe more consciously. Drink more water and breathe more consciously. Get oxygen into your body, because then you'll be able to generate more energy. Hydrogen is what's the limitation. We need to get more hydrogen. That's what we need to get from the food. Like, we think we need to get energy, calories from the food. We're told we need to get calories from the food and proteins from the food. It's just like telling you the color of the food. Proteins and calories is like talking about the color of the food. Like, does the color of the food matter that much? It's like, okay, maybe color of the food does even matter, but like, that's how important protein is. Like, it's the hydrogen that the food needs. Like, we've been told it's the calories and the proteins and the amino acids. We've been told all of this stuff to learn. But what we actually need to get from the food is hydrogen. Hydrogen is what the body needs to create energy. And we can get hydrogen from water. And we can get hydrogen from fruits and vegetables. We get hydrogen from live foods, have hydrogen. Fruits and vegetables have hydrogen. Raw juices, cold pressed juices contain plenty of fluid hydrogen. If we look at the plant, if you look at the THC plant, you'll see it has hydrogen, H3, H3, H3. It has more H3 in it than any other plant on the planet. This is the most healing plant, but you can't burn it. You can't burn hydrogen because as soon as you burn H3, it loses it. The bond is broken. We need hydrogen, and as soon as you cook it, you kill the hydrogen. You take the hydrogen out of it, and then what's left is what the proteins and the carbs and all of this stuff that they tell you is valuable. That's not valuable. That's just pollution in your body, and your body just gets heavier and sicker and more ill. And THC will heal you if you were to drink it or eat it raw. I recommend CBD. And look at, we get hydrogen, the light of the sun. It's a hydrogen process. That's what free energy is hydrogen stacking itself from H2 to H3. When water gets into the light of the sun, it moves from H2 to H3. It gets excited by the sun. The photons of the sun turn hydrogen from H2, like in water, to H3. It's an energized water, an energized fluid. This happens with the sunlight. Fruits take the light of the sun and energize it and create hydrogen, carbohydrates, carbon dioxide, and glucose together, carbohydrates. Hydrogen is at the heart of that. H3 is not, H2 is regular water, H3 is the healing water. THC contains H3. The light of the sun turns the water into H3. It energizes the water. This is structured water. H3 is structured water. Our bodies are made of water. When we put our bodies in the light, our body's water becomes structured. We become energized in the light. This is natural. This is natural energy. We get it from the light. We get it from the breath. We get it from the natural foods. The uncooked, unfired foods provide hydrogen. The breath, the ground, contact with the earth. The earth is always inside the light of the sun, for always a hydrogen is always hydrogen rich. H3 rich, hydrogen ions are in the earth. Sit on the earth, breathe, meditate. Hydrogen rich things, natural foods, clean energetic water, clean water, active water, put it in the sunlight. Get a hydrogen bottle. I use a hydrogen bottle, right? If you want to talk about these things. Hydrogen is in the light. Hydrogen is in infrared light. I have an infrared sauna here. If you'd like to come into the studio, I use an infrared sauna. Get into the infrared light. It's one of the lights of the sun. It's our most active healing light. Earth contact, raw THC heals. I recommend the most raw source, CBD. Magnesium bisglycinate. This one particular type of magnesium contains hydrogen in its free form, H3, molecular hydrogen. Hydrogen therapy, hydrogen water, hydrogen-rich water, hydrogen-rich cold-pressed juices, hydrogen-rich foods, raw foods, uncooked foods, hydrogen-rich foods, water. Hydrogen-rich foods contain lots of water. The water in the foods, the grapes, is energetic water, electric water. This high-energy food is an ion. It's the body to heal. It heals the body. What heals the body? Unlearning what we've learned, letting go of the old, stopping the old thing and starting something new. An emotional release, a detoxification, an elimination of a physical waste, an elimination of an emotional waste, an elimination of a thought waste, a detoxification, an elimination of a waste, starting something new, a new decision, a different choice, choosing something different. I'm not choosing to engage in that any longer. I'm to engage in this. I'm making a decision. I'm no longer doing that. I'm doing this now. Or maybe it doesn't even have to be a permanent decision, but for a while, I'm going to do things differently. It's a decision. It's a commitment. It's a belief and a commitment. It's like, I believe that I can heal myself. I believe in the power of myself. I commit to that power that is within me, that is around me. It's a belief in that. It's a commitment to that. It's believing in these things. It's committing to these things. It's a practice of doing these things. A practice, it's a key one, I think, to understand this idea of practice, in that over time, things can become differently than what you know. Like when I first read the book, The Mucusless Diet by Arnold Ehret, I understood how to heal myself after I read the book. For the first time, I kind of put the dots together. But now 5 years later after the book, and I've been applying the information, there's like a knowing that comes from the practice. Like you understand it more deeply by practicing it. Through the practice, it happens. You don't understand it yet, but as you practice it, you will know it. This is a holistic approach to your health. This is a mental and physical practices. What are you thinking and saying each day that you're practicing daily? Because you are a result. Your feelings are a result of practicing. What your mental and physical practices are daily will create the result: health, joy, happiness. Whatever you're focusing on, you will create. Taking responsibility. Understand, I think this is an important idea to capture here. Practice makes perfect. Even practicing bad things. If you practice bad things, you'll get very good at them. If you practice eating pizza, you'll get very, very good at it. If you practice bad things, you'll get very, very good at them. If you practice good things, you will get very, very good at them. Just change what you're practicing and you'll get good at something different. You're not good at that? Okay, well then practice it. It's to practice those weaker things, right? And when you're moving away from the things that you have been practicing, you're going to feel like you kind of want to have it. Like when you stop smoking cigarettes, or you stop eating a certain food, or you start to change what you're doing, you're going to feel like you want to do the other thing. Just because you feel like it doesn't mean like that's what you should do. Just because you feel like you want to have a cigarette doesn't mean that a cigarette is good for you. Right? Sometimes we feel for something that's not good for us. Sometimes we feel we want to engage and do something that's destructive to ourselves. It's the destroyer. It's within us. It's natural and it's normal too. So I'm not saying to eliminate all the bad things either. This is not an elimination program. This is a change of balance. This is a rebalancing. It's not about eliminating anything. It's coming into a new balance with yourself and your life. It's coming into a new love for yourself and your life. It's finding something different. It's creating something new over time through practice. So recognize what you do have. I like to come to the thought in mind of what you have. Come to reverence, come to gratitude. Come to grateful for what you have. You have the light. You have the earth. You have the now. You have the present. You have the breath, which supports every moment. Each moment is supported by a breath. Be present, be here, be now, be with the in and the out breath, be with both the light and the earth in mind. Be grateful for the light, be grateful for the magnetism of the earth, be grateful now. Inhale and exhale in gratitude, right? In love, in joy, in happiness, in health, thinking and speaking about what it is that you want right here, right now. This is what heals us. Let's just do a little love practice, a little self-love practice right here, right now together. Let's practice self-love right here together. It's nothing to love yourself. It's nothing, but we don't know how to do it. Let's practice it. Let's take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's do a short practice. Let's come to the very present, and we control or step into the present by focusing on the breath. The in and the out breath is one moment. The in and the out breath. Focusing on the in and the out breath is one cycle, is one interaction with your universe. Each inhale and exhale breath is one cycle, is one interaction of you with your world. Each inhale takes in the loving oxygen gift from your universe. You receive the gift, and you give the gift of carbon dioxide to the plants, to your universe. Each inhale and exhale breath is one cycle, is one moment. Just sit for a moment and watch your breaths. Try 5 engaged, focused breaths. So just tuning into yourself and your breath for a moment. For 5 moments. 5 inhales and 5 exhales. So it's 5 conscious breaths or 10 conscious breaths. Whatever it takes for you to realize that when you observe your breath, you can step out of your mind, you can step out of thought, and you can step into consciousness. Because this is what has to happen. For change to occur, we need to come out of the thinking mind and get into the conscious mind. This is when reprogram the subconscious. Just observing your in and your out breath. This is the fertile ground. This is where we can speak lovingly to ourselves. This is where we can begin to be conscious of the things we're thinking and saying to ourselves. In this conscious space, we can reprogram the mind with positive, affirmative thoughts and words. I believe in myself. Inhale and exhale with that affirmation in mind. I love myself. I believe in myself. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am good. I am good enough. I am grateful for the light. I am grateful for the earth. I am grateful for the breath. I am grateful for the gifts, the gift of life. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for the future. I am grateful for my relationship. Just taking an in and an out breath and being conscious of the thoughts and the words that you're thinking and saying to yourself. This is giving love and care to you. This is taking time to give love and care to you with your intentions and with imagination, the images that you're holding in your mind's eye. Just imaging in your mind now, just imaging love growing inside of you. Just imagining health growing inside of you. Can you imagine yourself growing in wealth, wellness, joy, happiness, peace? These are images that we hold in our mind's eye. What are you holding in your mind's eye most often? Your predominant thought creates your reality. Contemplate more joy and love and happiness into your life. Contemplate health, wellness, love in your life. Grow love and joy and happiness in your life, spending more time in a joyful, happy, loving thought and word practice. A physical and mental practice that is in alignment with your goals, that brings joy and happiness to you in your life. Imagine the thing that you love in your mind. Breathe in and breathe out. Imagine the things that you love in your mind. Whatever you focus on grows. Grow the things that you love. Having a conscious time, having a conscious practice, an awareness practice, a time where you're committed to coming to work on your and mental self, a time that you're putting aside for yourself to give love and care to yourself. This is a healing time. This is healing yourself. Get started. Get started at Natural. Get started right now for free. Get started on my website right now for free. Get my ebook. My ebook is Imperfection. How to heal yourself. How to heal yourself without having to be perfect. Imperfection. You don't have to be perfect to be healthy. That's my ebook. How to heal yourself without perfection. Get my 10-day free natural health process on my website. Get my meal plans. Get the video workouts. Get the motivation. Get the meditation. Get the information, understanding you need to change your life. highendfitness.com. HIEND, high end, HIEND, fitness.com. Follow me on Facebook. Join my private group. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, John DePass. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, High End Fitness. If you want some help, send me a personal message. I'd love to chat with you. I love to discuss natural health. It is my passion. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day. Thank you so much for joining in. If you need some help with your natural health, if you have some questions, send me a personal message, send me an email. Get onto my website, High End Fitness. Send me a message if you want to discuss any aspect of healing yourself. We all have the power to do this. We all have the power to heal ourselves, to change our lives, to fix anything that we want to in our lives. There is unlimited power within us and around us. We all have the choice to focus on the power that is within us or focus on what is around us. This is human choice. It's human power. Choose health. Think and speak and talk and take action toward it and watch it happen in your life. Have yourself a super awesome, terrific day. I love you. I love you. I love you.